I get a lot of tweets and internet piffle from you people, which I tend to ignore because you are so very stupid. However, 5 minutes ago, whilst on the roof attempting to catch dinner in my patent-pending swan trap, with nothing better to do, I decided to read this email from someone reveling in the internet moniker Love Pump 3000. Capital U, capital R, capital A, loser. Loser? Fandango Birtwhistle, criminal mastermind and fearless swan hunter, a loser? You're the loser, Love Pump 3000. You, not me. I'm the designer of the cat-powered getaway bicycle, the author of Better Living Through Shoplifting, the inventor of the Kung Fu potato clogs, the edible fighting footwear. How dare you call me a loser? I'm going to annihilate you, you bark! Oh, but Fandango, how ever are you going to have time to annihilate Love Pump 3000 when you are so busy spending your £1 billion Ziggy ransom? Well, I won't, because it was a complete and utter disaster. Ziggy went berserk after I'd penetrated his inner sanctum. At one point, he was attacking me with a wardrobe. I thought I was going to die, and when I woke up, I wished that I had. After I regained consciousness, after my savage furniture-based thrashing, I opened my heavily bruised eyelids to discover that he'd made me his butler. I was a monkey's butler. I, Fandango Birtwhistle, criminal mastermind and intellectual behemoth, reduced to groveling serfdom by a cross-dressing ape. The same! Day after day of crushing humiliation and misery, suffering the worst kinds of abuse imaginable, being forced to indulge all of Ziggy's cruel and perverted whims. But even then, in the darkest depths of my despair, my inherent genius did not escape me. I decided I would fly to freedom. I got the distinct impression that, like most celebrities, Ziggy was a hopeless dope fiend. So whenever he was unconscious, I would labor intensively building an aircraft out of banana skins and matchsticks in his library. And then, one glorious afternoon, I was on the roof. And as the wind lifted me up, I soared into the clear blue sky and wept salty tears of joy. And then the wings fell off. Luckily, my fruit-based flying machine crashed into the road outside Ziggy's house. Bleeding profusely, I used my one functioning limb and made good my escape. I'm not sure why I decided to return to my parents' house, but I soon found myself there. It was nice. Just being close to the door made me feel better. They were gone. No answer, so I went around to the back of the house and climbed through the caravan-shaped hole in the kitchen wall. But they just gone. I just stood for a while amongst the detritus of my parents' dull suburban conventionalism, and I saw upon the refrigerator a note which read, "We can't take any more," which I assume meant that they could not afford a larger removal van. My mind was a maelstrom of loneliness and confusion, Love Pump 3000. I started to think of all the things I'd done to impress my parents over the years. So many plans and projects that ended in catastrophe, culminating in the Ziggy debacle. And I started to think, maybe I was wrong. Perhaps I wasn't destined to be a criminal mastermind, perhaps. Love Pump 3000, you were right. Perhaps I was a loser.
But then I realized
That the plan failed precisely because it was designed to impress my parents. All of my failures could be directly attributed to their constant meddling. For example, January 2003, I attempt to purchase a rocket launcher. Result, failure due to my mother's refusal to pay me pocket money until I promise not to purchase said rocket launcher. October 2005, I attempt to stage a coup d'etat in Switzerland. Result, failure due to my father's selfish refusal to drive me to Switzerland. November 2005, I attempt to hijack an aeroplane in order to stage aforementioned coup d'etat. Result, failure due to my father's refusal to drive me to the airport. What's that you say, Lump Pump 3000? Mere anecdotal evidence is not enough for you? Well, prepare to have your miniature mind boggled by mathematics. First, we add up the positive values of my old family-based lifestyle, with E being the emotional support, and F being the financial assistance, and S being the shelter afforded to me by their semi-detached hovel. Then we subtract P being the smell of my mother, and CG being my father's unreasonable obsession with crazy God. Then we factor in the positive side of my new life by multiplying this figure, 29, with the inevitable wealth and power and 3-in-a-bed sex romps that I am undoubtedly going to have during my parentless destiny. And then we arrive at this figure, 589. So when we convert this into the binary system, for reasons which I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain to you, we reach this figure, 51.7. As you can see, this is undoubtedly greater than 0. QED, I'm better off without them. Science says so. Choke on the irrefutable proof of my superiority, Bum Pub 3000. Now who's the loser? It's obvious, isn't it? My parents were nothing but millstones around my neck, dragging me into the murky depths of defeat. I am Fandango Birtwhistle, criminal mastermind and sex typhoon. And I'm free at last. Free! Free to carve my name in the pantheon of the infamous. But first and foremost, I'm free to crush you, ass pub 3000. You have slighted me for the last time, and I promised you that my revenge will be utterly devoid of mercy. I hereby declare you my official nemesis. Oh, this is it. This is my moment. I'm blasting out through the pitch black uterus of my disappointing past into the bright lights of my glorious destiny and future. Hello, world. It's me, Fandango. I'm finally going to win. I'm finally going to be everything that I want to be. I'm finally ready. Are you?